Welcome to LC Screen Talk. My name is Larry, and this is my review of Blair Witch. I'm gonna throw this out there right now. I'm not a fan of the original The Blair Witch Project, and especially not that god-awful sequel. So I wasn't completely stoked when I saw that they are releasing another Blair Witch this late after the last two have come out. But the trailers looked promising enough, and I have to say, I was pretty alright with this movie. I think it was a nice, solid horror film. So what this film gets right is building tension. The second act of this movie is really good, and it's because it is all about building momentum, building that tension, and really setting you up for good, solid scares. And just like in the first Blair Witch, I will give credit, the acting was pretty solid, at least from our main girl. I think her scream was a little bit much, but at least it felt authentic and it wasn't like a horror scream. It felt like an actual terrified yell. And it seemed like most everybody in my theater was scared as they left the theater, or at least had enjoyed themselves. So that's a huge testament. Again, the only real big positive I have, because it's gonna sound a little negative here in a second, is that it builds tension so well, and it keeps an amazing atmosphere for a good chunk of the film. So just remember, I did enjoy myself, because it's going to sound like I kind of didn't here in a second. We're going to go ahead and just start. The first act, it drags. It drags quite a bit. This is one of those found footage horror movies that feels the need to really explain it, really ground everything. And while that's nice from a logical standpoint, it just takes forever to get off the ground when these found footage movies do that. Also, I mean, it wouldn't be a horror movie if people weren't doing stupid crap left, right, and center. So the whole premise of the movie is kind of stupid, like, okay, we're really gonna go do this. And then from there on out, every horror trope is checked off the checklist. I mean, they paint by the numbers. We gotta make sure that these things happen. And they do in succession. And I also just was often wondering, what's going on? Part of that was the shaky camera movement. You were kind of just like, oh God, what am I even looking at right now? But part of that is, what is this movie I'm even watching? At times, it felt like it wanted to be an actual witchcraft style movie, you know, Blair Witch. At other times, it felt like it wanted to be paranormal activity, not just with the shaky cam, but it had very paranormal ghost spirit type atmosphere. And then, actually, most of the time, it felt like an alien movie, like the sonic booms and just the way that the witch was materializing in this. It felt like we were under alien attack. So I didn't understand. This movie just felt like it took from a bunch of different sub-genres within the horror genre and mashed them together. It didn't know what to do. It couldn't cut it down. I think if this movie had just focused itself, it would have went from a solid Friday night thriller to a really good horror movie. But alas, it didn't. So I do think that Blair Witch will make for a very good time. If you're looking for something to have a nice thrill with on a Friday night, I think Blair Witch is actually a very solid choice. Unfortunately, it's just following up after a summer full of really strong horror, and it just doesn't compare. So my ultimate recommendation actually is a full price ticket, because if you're gonna watch a scary movie, gotta watch it on a Friday or Saturday night, in my opinion. So it's not terrible to skip, but if you're skeptical, it also would make for a good Friday or Saturday night rental. And I think actually overall, quality might be leaning a little bit more rental than it does full price ticket. But hey. So, that is my review of Blair Witch. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead, click like down below, and subscribe to the channel so you are always up to date on our latest videos. Also, join in on the discussion. Are you excited to see Blair Witch? And what did you think of the first two Blair Witch Project films? Let me know either in the comment section down below or hit me up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your support. Mwah! Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!